Hello and welcome to Perky Penny Paper Arts. Today is the fourth and final installment of my quick and easy minimal supplies Christmas cards, and I'm excited to share what I created in a 2.5-hour crafty time on Monday. I have created with pattern paper, tissue paper, ornaments, and now today we'll look at a few other supplies you can purchase at your local shops to create fun cards in a hurry. I'll have a special offer at the end of this video, so keep watching for all the details. Our first card today will also actually be our last, as it took a bit of time for it to be ready to make into a card. I found these fun pom-pom packs at Joann's. They come in a variety of colors. There was blue, white, green, red, and black. And so I decided to take the greens and make them into a tree. I started by taking a 3" by 5" piece of white cardstock, marking the center on one of the short ends, and cutting from that point to the corner on the opposite end to make a triangle. I used my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and covered the front of the triangle with pom-poms, and then put it aside with some weight on top to set. Joann's also had these wonderful chenille sticks, or what I call pipe cleaners, in fun holiday colors. I curved the ends of 2 of them to create candy canes, and then used my Merry Christmas ribbon from the last video to create a bow. So the candy canes would lay flatter, I decided to cut one in half and glued it on either side of the other candy cane where they crossed. The ribbon covered this spot up perfectly. I call this my 5-minute card because it came together so quickly and so beautifully. I took the weight off the Christmas tree and placed it on the candy canes for a bit. The pom-poms on the tree had set, but it still needed some more time to dry, so I set it aside and then went on to create 2 fun cards using this skinny washi tape. I took the tape and placed one strip all the way across and then created 2 intersections like this. This can be done horizontally or vertically, it doesn't really matter. I then took each of the patterns and laid them next to each other one by one until I was happy with my panel. I really loved this coordinating washi I got that says, "Have a holly jolly Christmas." I looked at several different ways to put it on my panel and then decided to create 2 cards instead of 1, since more white space was needed for the sentiment to look the way I wanted. I cut it on the diagonal between 2 of the washis, and after a bit of decision making, added the sentiments and decorated panels to create 2 unique and colorful Christmas cards. But I wasn't done with the washi tape just yet. I also found this set that I used previously on the first video from this series. It's a foil set that is much more traditional, so I decided to play with it and see what would evolve. I started with a piece of 2" by 3" cardstock. This would give me enough room to add some washi and have a little bit of extra space so I could slide the panel into my trusty circle punch and still have a good hold and control of how I would be cutting it. I created a pattern by stacking the various designs, and when that was done, I made sure the washi was completely adhered by using my bone folder to burnish it, and then cut off any excess before I cut out a circle. Now I have to be completely honest, I had no clue what I was going to do with this circle. I didn't want to make another ornament card, though that is quite possible. I wanted something unique and different. And then I had an idea. I'd popped up the circle on a 4¼ by 5½ panel while going through different options, and decided to run several of the washi tapes on the card panel as if they were coming out from underneath. I used the design rule of odd numbers and taped 3 out of the one side and 1 out of the other. Because it's washi tape and low tack, I was able to try different things, but this is the pattern I was set with. I could have left it as a full-size card, but decided the design would be better showcased with a 4¼ square card, so I cut my decorated piece into a 4" square and then popped it up on a 4¼ square card base. This may not be for everyone, but isn't it a fun take on a minimalist, say that 10 times fast, minimalist and modern card? Ideal for mass production if you ask me. Check out these cute little stencils I got at Joann's. They were maybe $2, I think, for all of these patterns, which makes the fact that they're actually heavy cardstock instead of plastic acceptable. I took the wreath in 3 ink colors and inked up with one color and then flipped it over and skewed how I lined it up and inked with another color, and then I flipped it up and skewed it again with the 3rd color, and this is the result. Not bad, huh? I decorated it with some gold sequins and a strip of the Merry Christmas ribbon popped up on some foam squares this time. And this is a great almost 1-layer card, another one that'd be awesome for mass production. I was at Target looking for gift wrap and I came across a couple of fun tags that I'll be using to make these next 2 cards. The first one is a big, huge smiling Santa shaker tag, sentiment included. I cut out a piece of black cardstock slightly smaller than the 4¼ inch by 5½ inch card base and adhered my Santa to the center of it. To add a little color, I added one of my green pom-poms and then adhered all of this to the front of my card base. The second tag was a bit more fancy with this pretty cutout center. I took a piece of cardstock, black cardstock, that was 4¼ inches by 3 inches and used my circle punch to cut out a half circle on one of the 3-inch sides. I then put foam squares on the back of the tag and placed it over the cutout so you see right through the merry and bright to the card front. I then attached this all to the card base. I could see making this into a shaker card as well. I took the silver ribbon that was included with the tag and made a little bow which I attached to the ornament, and this card is done. And now on to the pom-pom Christmas tree finale. I trimmed off the edges of the tree and then went about creating a 4¼ inch square card base and turning it into an easel card by scoring an 8½ inch by 4¼ inch piece of cardstock at 2 1/8 and 4¼ inches on the 8½ inch side. I adhered the tree to the bottom left half of the card front with a good amount of liquid adhesive as it is a bit heavy, and then added a star and this adorable little Santa sticker for decoration. For a sentiment and some additional decor, I took stickers from this sticker roll I got at Michael's. I put a couple of the presents and a cute little "Oh, what fun" on cardstock and fussy cut them out to pop up on foam squares so it looks like they're popping out from under the tree. What a fun card to end this series with. I hope you've enjoyed this series. If you haven't had a chance to watch all of the episodes, I will link to them at the end of this video. I hope you are inspired to be adventurous and think outside of the box in your card making and other crafty adventures. I still love my coloring, stamping, die cutting, all of it, but it was really nice to take a break from it for a couple of weeks. It's really revived my creative juices. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch my channel this year by sending the cards out that I've created to you for the holidays. Just check out the description below for more information how you, or even a friend if you like, could receive one of my cards. If you're new here and enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the notifications button so you don't miss my future content. I hope I'll see you again soon. Until then, happy card making!